In today's video, I'm going to go over the difference between a thought and a feeling. Some might think they're the same thing, but they're totally different things. If you think about a thought is something generated in the mind, and a feeling is something generated in the body. Hence the term feeling. We feel it in our body. So we have a lot of thoughts during the day, constantly coming in, coming out. Some of them just pop up randomly. Most of them pop up randomly, but some of them we create. An example would be a thought that would pop up randomly would be, what am I going to do today? And then the thoughts that are created are the ones that come after. We start thinking, okay, what can I do today? And then we come up with thoughts. Let me see, another example would be a thought popping up in our head about a past relationship. Just randomly pops up, say like you haven't been with this person for months, and then all of a sudden a thought pops up about the relationship. Probably negative if you're not with them anymore. And then after that thought pops up, then we start to generate our own thoughts about it. We create stories and we come up with thoughts like, oh, I miss those times, or I can't believe that I was in that for so long, or I remember the time that he or she did this. So we start to generate more thoughts on that. So every time I have a thought, my body makes a chemical to support that thought. And you know that like when you have a thought, you think of a sad thought, you start to feel maybe your heart ache or tears come to your eyes, or you have an anxious thought, your heart rate will go up. Maybe you start to sweat, things like that. A calming thought. You can have a thought about your favorite time on the beach, and then all of a sudden you feel just a calm and relaxation come over your body. So every time I have a thought, my body creates a chemical to support that thought. And then the body begins to feel the way you think. So we have a thought, the body produces the chemical, produces the feeling, which then in turn produces more thoughts. And if you ever suffer from anxiety or panic attacks, you know what that means. So you can have one little thought that creates that feeling of anxiety, and then you have more thoughts that create more anxiety, and pretty soon you're in a full-blown anxiety attack where you feel like your chest is being crushed and your heart rate's up and you can't think straight. So the body starts to produce all these feelings based on our thoughts. Then the pattern starts. And the body becomes subconscious, and then the body becomes subconsciously programmed to be a victim, or we can program it to be, to not be a victim and to experience joy and happiness and empowerment. But that's usually not the case, and that's usually not why you're watching videos on it. We all struggle. We all struggle with our thoughts and what they do in our lives and how they wreak havoc. So what we can do to help that is to learn to choose our thoughts. Like, learn to go with the ones that are useful. So I have questions that I ask my thoughts. Is it true? And will it serve me to think this thought? And how will it help me or the others in my life that I'm thinking this thought? So my whole point is to become the observer of your thoughts and be really mindful of which ones you choose to grab hold of and start producing more thoughts over, because your body is going to make those chemicals and then to support those thoughts. And then pretty soon our body becomes the boss. Meaning our body hijacks our mind and the feelings take over. Again, in a panic attack. That is a classic example of thoughts in the mind, body takes over, and then it's very hard to get a hold of that. So if we choose our thoughts first and let the other ones go, we start to retrain the body to produce good chemicals. We start to produce feelings of peace, feelings of relaxation, feelings of joy. Thinking about, I could wake up and think about all the things that are wrong in my life, or I can get up and start thinking about all the things that are right. I have a grandbaby coming, and a couple weeks, and thinking about that, you just saw my smile. I didn't have to fake that. It just came. And that produces feelings in my body. And the more I think those thoughts, so I can like continue with those thoughts. It's like, oh, I'm going to be able to hold a baby in my arms. I'm going to be able to watch my son be a dad. All these thoughts are creating awesome feelings in my body right now. And that's what we want. And it's not that we ignore the struggles in our life, but it's like, run through those questions. Is this thought true? How is it serving me? And how will it help me and others in my life to be thinking on this thought? So I hope that helps you. So the way to start learning to become the observer of your thoughts, to me, the best way is through meditation. Meditation is the practice of observing your thoughts, not labeling them, letting them float by, and learning to be the observer, right? We pull out of our thoughts, and then we get to choose the ones that we want to follow, the ones that serve us, the ones that we believe are true and will serve us and will help others. Journaling is a great way to get your thoughts down and to examine them. I highly recommend you journal every day too. So meditation, journaling, those are great starts for you to start to begin to get a handle on the thoughts and let your mind be the master and not the body, not the feelings. And let's create some good feelings in our life.